Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I haven't posted in a while, but it's like maybe 3 a.m. and I can't sleep, and a tweet or a post on Instagram caught my eye and I decided to make this video. So every news cycle or every other month or so, this topic pops up. Usually it's posted by a guy, but there are times when it's a woman who posts the topic. And the premise is that women should not be using men as their financial plan. Women should have their own finances. Women should pay on dates. Going Dutch is natural. We're living in a modern world. And women should pay their fair share when dating. All right? So every time this comes around, I usually ask the same question to both men and women. I usually ask, how do you feel about women who don't cook, can't cook, and will not cook, neither for themselves or their partner? They do not cook. They prefer to eat out and they'll buy their own food, but they prefer to eat out and they're going to eat out, whether they're married, single, or in between. And invariably, I usually get the same response from the same set of people. So the men who believe that women should pay their own way, shouldn't use men as their resource, they usually say a woman who cannot cook is not good wife material. And I usually ask that question because you'll find them run circles around themselves when they give that answer. And I am yet to hear that another answer from somebody who supports the idea that men shouldn't pay for women. When I ask the women are like, yeah, but a woman needs to know how to cook. And then my follow-up question is, why? Why does she need to know how to cook? And usually the answer is, how can I marry a woman who doesn't know how to cook? What's going to happen when we're married? How will I know that she'll be able to cook a good meal for me? And what if we have children? How will I know that she'll be able to cook for our kids? And I don't expect to eat out all the time. And of course, you'll have some of the men who jump in and say, oh, I'm not looking to marry a maid, so it doesn't matter if she can cook or not. We can get somebody a help or whatever. But they normally come back with, but I mean, she must be at least able to, cook a special meal for us or for the family. Sometimes you're going to want your wife to make something for you or for the family. And the women who support the idea usually have the same stance. What kind of wife will she make if she can't cook? You can't expect to feed your husband out of a box. You can't expect to feed your husband at a restaurant all the time. What about when you have kids? You can't expect your kids to eat out of a box and eat. Usually they go to the attack of eating junk food, and restaurant food is not good for you, and all the reasons. They give all the reasons, right? But the main point and the main takeaway is that for a woman to be a quality woman, for a woman to be wife material, she has to be able to present herself as domesticated. She has to present herself as being able to take care of the household. And the reason for this is that that's her role. That's it. That's the idea, and the concept is that is her role. And I always go back to, if the women have roles, then what are the men's role? Because if when we get married, I need to be able to cook your meals and take care of your home and make that beautiful nest for our children, then what is your job? What is your duty to provide, right? And how do I test that? How do I test that while dating? Test to see if you are, one, capable of providing for us as a family, and two, willing to provide for us as a family. How do I test that? How do I find that out? These men usually come back with, oh, but women are independent now, and a woman should be independent, and feminism, and blah, 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 blah. These men only ever support or endorse feminism when they feel that it benefits them. And these women as well. when they feel that it benefits the image that they've created, the pick me image. I'm not one of those women. I can take care of myself. No, disclaimer. I'm not saying a woman should not be able to take care of herself. Every human being should be able to take care of themselves to their standard. They should be able to take care of themselves. That's a given. That's not what we're discussing. We are discussing when you're dating someone and you're dating with the idea of building a future with this person, then there are things that you look for. And primarily, men look to see if this woman can be a nurturing partner to them. And women check to see if this man can be a provider for them. I'm not going to speak on queer relationships. I'm speaking only on heterosexual relationships with heterosexual norms. I'm not speaking on queer relationships because I have very little information, very little understanding of how that dynamic works in terms of finances and in terms of roles and sharing of roles within the household. I don't have a good understanding on that, but I can speak to heterosexual roles in the household and sharing of finances. So I'm speaking on that topic. When you are dating, this is a time for you to check to see if this person matches where you think you're going in the future, if they'll be able to go there with you, if they'll be able to walk the same path as you walk. So how is it okay for a man to make sure this woman must be able to cook for him and his future yet to be born children, but she cannot check to see if this man is willing to pay for a $25 date dinner or whatever? Like, it's beyond me. So the men who respond with, no, she doesn't need to be able to cook. What? She doesn't need to be able to cook or even want to cook. Like, I will cook. Like, we can eat out. We can, if none of us wants to cook, probably both of us are going to be working or not. And if none of us wants to cook, then we get somebody to provide the service within the household. And that's the men who usually have that stance are the men who believe that men are providers, that they should be taking care of their women and family, and that men should pay for dates. Listen, if you've met somebody else who is different, who says something different and walks that walk, I would love to be introduced to that person. I am yet to meet a man who says women should pay their half and half and 50-50, who doesn't still have the ideals of women's role in the household. I'm yet to meet that kind of person. And yes, I know, because this is the internet and it happens all the time. It's the kind of men you pick. It's the kind of men you meet. But the issue is that this doesn't hold true, because these are men that I've never met on the internet sometimes. These are men that I've not picked to be in my circle. These are men that just give random opinions on this topic. And two, yeah, so what if it's the men that I pick? There's a lot of them is only a man pick. Hurt your feelings, though. Anyways, right. So, and actually, when I, especially dating here in Japan, when I go on a date with a man, I can check, I can see whether this person believes in the traditional roles for a woman, especially in Japan where there are small plates to share. You will see the stance, you will see the expectation that when the salad arrives at the table, it is expected that the woman will serve them both at the table. It is expected that the woman will take that domestic role. So then I don't see, if you sit back, and I don't mind sharing the salad, but if you sit back and you expect me to serve the communal dishes, because that's the woman's role, and I'm trying to present myself as proper wife material, so I should play the role so that you know whether you can pick me or not, whether I'm suitable or not. If that's the case, then why do you expect me to reach for my wallet to pay for the bill of the meal that I just served you? Because it's my job and my duty to serve you. it doesn't make sense. The thing is that men, and I say men, and you can cry, not all men, because you're whatever. The thing is that men who have the ideal that women shouldn't use men as their a $25 meal, their financial plan. Like, seriously, 3 meals in a day, and you go to one date with a woman and you think you're her financial plan? Calm down, please. But anyways, men who share that ideal, it's not that they've rejected traditional gender roles. Because if that was the case, then fine. Find somebody who also have rejected traditional gender roles. And then you both can carve your roles together as partners, how you will form your unique balance in your relationship. But that's not usually the case. Usually what they're trying to do is to have best of both worlds, where the providing of the family is shared by the woman, and the taking care of and nurturing of the family still remains with the woman. And I've said this before. Feminism did not give women a chance to have a job. Feminism gave women a chance to have a job outside of the house. Inside of the house is a whole job. It's a job. Housewife is a job. The men expect the women to help bring in the bread and serve the bread. So, and then I always go back to this. Tell me if you've ever heard this. Oh, my husband is such a good husband. He made dinner for us. He made lunch for us. Oh, he did the laundry. He did the dishes. Oh, he took up the laundry. He fed the kids. Or, my husband is babysitting today. Or, oh, I'm babysitting my kids. I can't go out. Yeah. Do you know why men can babysit their kids and women never do? I've never heard of a woman babysitting her own children ever in my life. I am 35 years old. I've never heard anyone say, oh, you know, my friend Susan, she can't come out because she's babysitting her son. But so many times I've heard of men who are babysitting their own children. These are men whose wives have a job, right? These are men whose wives help to bring in income into the household. But taking care of the child, rearing the child is so much so her job that whenever he does it, he's to be rewarded and commended. He's babysitting. He's doing her a favor. He's giving her a break. He's giving her ease. When he does the dishes, he's commended for it. He's lauded for it. He gets treated like a king because it's her job. It's her duty. Even though she shares the duty, which is his duty of providing. Right? The men who I've seen who are providers are never, ever, ever concerned about getting praised for doing the dishes. I've never seen it, ever. I've never seen it. Because they're secure in their role. And they're secure in the woman's role. And when they do offer ease, it is actual ease. And that's it. And of course, I know couples who share their finances and they share the household work. And it's not, the husband isn't tasked with cooking and he isn't lauded as, oh, you know, my husband cooks. It's like, where's your husband? Oh, he's making dinner. I'm so tired. And it's really normal. It's like, oh, I work, he works, I cook, he cooks. We both tend for the children. We both clean the house. And it's not something that is credited to her man to make him somehow this grand man, this catch. Because when she does it, it's also not credited to her to make her a catch. And that's it. The men who and women, the men who make the complaint and the women who support the complaint, usually when they're in a relationship, it's never 50-50 as they present. Oh, it should be 50-50, but it's usually only talking about the finances. Whenever the man is anywhere near the household, it's not 50-50. He helps. Who is he helping? How does your husband help with housework? Who is he helping? That means it was somebody's task and he's assisting. So that means when you provide, it was his task and you're assisting, right? Get that together. So this is why when I'm going on a date, I make it clear. I do not do betsu. I do not do hambun, and I will not pay. Simple. It's a date. I'm there to show you that I can be the nurturer that you need, and you're there to show me that you can be the provider. And it's a simple fact. I'm not hungry. I provide for myself. I take care of myself. And I will continue to do so. And I will be capable of doing so. But when somebody is coming into my life and they're going to add burden to my life, that's if we have 1 pans each, that's 2 pans that needs to be washed, 2 pans that needs to be ironed, 2 dishes, 2 forks, 2 whatever, all of that increases. If this person comes in expecting a traditional wife, then he must also come in expecting to be a traditional husband. Those things go together. If you expect me to be catering to you and taking care of the household, then you cannot be expecting me to also be providing. Okay? That's it. So, I'm curious to hear from everyone, really. What do you think about sharing the finances? Do you think it is possible to, I don't, but do you think it is possible to be 50-50 in a household? Like 50-50, 50-50 finances, 50-50 household, 50-50 caring for the children, 50-50 everything. Do you think it's possible to be 50-50? And if it is not possible, then why do we then expect it? So, let me hear your answers in the comments. It would be nice if you're gonna comment that it could be nice in the comments. Internet. Anyway, my skin is looking really nice. It's getting ready for summer's glow. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I'm totally going to edit out that part. Thank you for watching this video. Oh, I can't edit it out, can I? Maybe not. Yeah. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. Welcome to my channel again. Until next time. Bye. Yeah. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. Welcome to my channel again. Until next time. Bye.